Most professional cleaners in Japan finish a room faster than the average homeowner and leave it noticeably cleaner. The difference is not elbow grease. It is not expensive products. It is understanding what actually does the work and cutting out everything that only looks like it does. I have paid close attention to this for a long time. I have watched folks scrub themselves tired on surfaces that needed soaking, not scrubbing. I have seen cabinets full of specialty sprays that do the same job as a 20-cent mixture of things already in the pantry. And I have come to believe that most of what the cleaning industry sells us is built around making the job feel harder than it is, so we keep buying more product. The truth is quieter, simpler, and it has been sitting in kitchens for generations. Before we go any further, there is a full guide that goes alongside this video. If you want the step-by-step breakdown, the 5 pantry ingredients that handle almost every cleaning job in your home, the Japanese mindset behind why less scrubbing actually gets better results, and the methods this video can only touch on, open the camera app on your phone right now and point it at the QR code sitting in the top right corner of the screen. It will take you straight to the guide. That QR code stays pinned up there for the whole video, so scan it whenever you are ready. No need to stop now. Let us get into the content first. Today, I am going to walk you through the deep cleaning method I keep coming back to, the one rooted in how Japanese professional cleaners actually approach a home. Not a rushed surface wipe, not a single trick for a single stain. A real, systematic way of thinking about your home that leaves it cleaner with less effort and keeps it that way longer. By the end of this video, you will know exactly why your current routine may be working against you, and you will have a clear plan to change it this week with ingredients that cost almost nothing. 2 common myths I want to name right now because they waste people's time and money. The first is that more scrubbing equals more clean. It does not. Most household grime needs to be dissolved or lifted, not abraded. Scrubbing a greasy stovetop before you have loosened the grease just spreads it around. The second myth is that commercial multi-surface sprays are a shortcut. In my experience, they are mostly water, fragrance, and surfactant. They smell like clean. They do not always produce clean. We will come back to what actually works. The first thing to understand is what Japanese professional cleaners call the soak and lift approach. The idea is straightforward. Before you touch a surface with any kind of cloth or brush, you give whatever is on it something to react with. You apply your cleaning agent, you walk away, and you let chemistry do the heavy lifting. This is not laziness. This is precision. The grime has had days or weeks to bond to a surface. Giving it 5 or 10 minutes to loosen before you wipe is not optional. It is the whole strategy. I have watched folks scrub a tile wall for 20 minutes when a 10-minute soak would have meant almost no scrubbing at all. The habit of immediately wiping after spraying is one of the most common mistakes I see, and it is exactly what the manufacturers prefer, because it means you use more product. The agent that does the most work in this approach is plain white vinegar. Not fancy, not expensive, around $1 a bottle at any grocery store. Vinegar is mildly acidic, which means it breaks down mineral deposits, soap scum, and lime scale, the 3 most common enemies in bathrooms and kitchens. Spray it undiluted on a tile wall, a faucet, or the inside of a toilet bowl. Leave it for 5 to 10 minutes, then wipe. You will not believe how little effort is left to do. For very stubborn mineral buildup on a faucet, soak a cloth or paper towel in vinegar, wrap it around the fixture, and leave it for 30 minutes. The scale lifts off with your fingernail. That is not a tip from a label. That is just how acid works on mineral deposits. One thing I want to be clear about, vinegar is not safe on every surface. Do not use it on natural stone like marble or travertine. Do not pour it onto cast iron. And do not mix it with bleach under any circumstances. That combination produces a harmful gas, and there is no cleaning benefit that justifies the risk. On tile, glass, stainless steel, porcelain, and most hard plastics, it is perfectly fine. When in doubt, test a small hidden area first. That is good practice with any cleaning agent, not just vinegar. Now let us talk about grease, because grease behaves completely differently from mineral buildup. Grease is oily and it does not care about acid. What breaks down grease is something alkaline, and the best alkaline agent in your pantry is baking soda. For a stovetop with baked-on grease, I make a paste of baking soda and just enough dish soap to bring it together. Spread that paste across the surface. Leave it for 15 minutes, and then wipe with a warm, damp cloth. What you are doing is letting the alkaline baking soda break the bond between the grease and the surface while the soap emulsifies it. The result is a stovetop that looks close to new, without a razor blade or a bottle of heavy-duty degreaser. For burner grates and oven racks, there is a method I find genuinely satisfying. Place the grates in a large Ziploc bag or a sealed plastic bin. Add enough ammonia to produce fumes. You do not need to submerge the grates. The vapor does the work overnight. In the morning, wipe them down with a damp cloth. The grease comes off without any scrubbing. Now, ammonia is a strong chemical, and you need to do this outdoors or in a very well-ventilated space. Do not lean over the bag when you open it, but the result is striking. I have done this on grates that looked permanently ruined, and they came out clean enough to look almost new. If you want to go deeper on the alkaline and acid pairing, understanding exactly when to use each one and why mixing the two is something you should never do, that is one of the things the guide covers in more detail than I can here. Open the camera app on your phone and scan the QR code in the top right corner of the screen. It is still there, waiting for you. The bathroom is where most deep cleaning time gets wasted, and the reason is almost always the same. People attack the wrong things first. The Japanese professional cleaners sequence starts at the top and works down. That means ceiling corners and light fixtures before counters, counters before the tub, tub before the toilet, toilet before the floor. Every particle you disturb falls downward, so cleaning bottom surfaces first means cleaning them twice. This sounds obvious when you say it out loud, but I have seen it done backward in almost every home I have been in. For grout lines, which are porous and collect mold and mildew faster than any other surface in the bathroom, the method that works is a paste of baking soda applied directly to the grout, followed by a light spray of hydrogen peroxide. The two react gently, producing a fizzing action that lifts discoloration out of the pores of the grout. Let it sit for 10 minutes, then scrub with an old toothbrush. This is not a dramatic chemical reaction. It is a mild one, but it works on grout where vinegar and bleach both fall short over time. Bleach can temporarily whiten grout, but it does not address the mold at the root. The peroxide and baking soda method gets deeper into the porous surface and keeps it cleaner longer. For glass shower doors with heavy soap scum buildup, I want to give you the most effective approach I have found, which is also the cheapest. Cut a lemon in half. Dip the cut face in a small amount of coarse salt. Use that as a scrubber directly on the glass, working in small circles. The citric acid in the lemon dissolves the calcium and soap residue while the salt acts as a gentle abrasive that does not scratch. Rinse with warm water. If the buildup is very heavy, spray the door with undiluted white vinegar first, wait 5 minutes, then follow with the lemon and salt. A glass shower door treated this way once a month stays almost maintenance-free between cleanings. Now I want to tell you about the refrigerator, because in my experience, it is the most neglected appliance in most homes. Not the inside, most folks wipe that down. I mean the coils, the rubber door gaskets, the drip tray, the exterior top, which collects grease and dust in a combination that is genuinely difficult to remove once it sets. The coils on the back or bottom of a refrigerator collect dust, and when they are coated with it, the appliance works harder and uses more energy. A soft brush attachment on a vacuum, run along those coils once or twice a year, is one of the highest return maintenance tasks in the home. It costs nothing and takes 5 minutes. The door gaskets, those rubber seals, trap crumbs and moisture and are a common breeding ground for mold. Clean them with a cotton swab dipped in undiluted white vinegar, working into every fold. For the exterior top, a paste of baking soda and a few drops of dish soap, wiped on with a damp cloth and left for 3 minutes, cuts through the sticky grease and dust layer with very little effort. For odors inside the refrigerator, the Japanese approach is to use baking soda as an open container, placed at the back of a shelf, changed out every month or two. This is not news. But what I see people miss is that the baking soda only works on odors that are already in the air. It does not fix a container of leftovers that has gone off, a spill under the vegetable drawer, or a dirty door shelf. Clean the source first. The baking soda handles the residual air quality after that. If you want a deeper look at using your pantry as a complete cleaning cabinet, including the cast iron restoration method and why the Japanese cleaning mindset gets better results with less scrubbing. Open your camera app and point it at the QR code in the top right corner of the screen. It is still there. The guide covers the whole framework, not just individual tips. The kitchen drain and sink are worth their own section because they tend to be done incorrectly, even by people who are otherwise careful cleaners. The commercial drain cleaners most folks reach for are corrosive. They work by chemically dissolving the clog, but they also work on the inside of older metal pipes over time, and they are genuinely dangerous to handle and to rinse. The Japanese household method uses salt and hot water first. Pour half a cup of coarse salt directly down the drain. Follow it with a full kettle of very hot water. The salt acts as a mild abrasive that scours the interior walls of the pipe as the water carries it through. For a slow drain caused by grease buildup, this alone often solves the problem. For a deeper drain refresh, the baking soda and vinegar combination is effective. Pour half a cup of baking soda down the drain first, then half a cup of white vinegar. Cover the drain opening immediately. A folded cloth works fine, to force the reaction downward rather than upward. Leave it for 15 to 20 minutes, then flush with another kettle of hot water. The fizzing action is not as powerful as people sometimes imagine, but it does loosen organic buildup from pipe walls and neutralizes odors at the source. Done once a month, it keeps the drain clean without ever reaching for a chemical product. For the sink basin itself, whether it is stainless steel, porcelain, or composite, the method is the same. Wet the surface, sprinkle baking soda, add a few drops of dish soap, and scrub with a soft cloth. For water spots on stainless steel, a cloth dampened with undiluted white vinegar, wiped in the direction of the grain, removes them cleanly. Do not scrub against the grain on stainless steel. It leaves fine scratches that trap more grime over time. Windows are one of those tasks that most folks do with the wrong tools and then wonder why there are streaks. The professional Japanese cleaning approach for windows is almost always the same. A diluted solution of white vinegar and water, roughly 1 part vinegar to 10 parts water, applied with a soft cloth or squeegee, then wiped with a dry microfiber cloth in one direction. No circles. Circles create streaks. The vinegar cuts through the film left by commercial glass cleaners, which is often the source of the streaking in the first place. If you have been using the same commercial blue spray for years and always ending up with streaks, try the vinegar solution once and compare the result. For the outside of windows, which carry more grime, I add a few drops of dish soap to the vinegar solution. The soap handles the surface grime, the vinegar handles the mineral film, and the squeegee from top to bottom in one clean stroke handles the rest. A window cleaned this way on a cloudy day, never in direct sun, which causes the solution to dry too fast and streak, comes out clearer than most people have ever seen their windows. And here is the one I promised you earlier. The single most overlooked deep cleaning task in the average home, the one that quietly undoes all of the other work, the washing machine drum. A machine that smells fine to you may still carry a layer of biofilm, a thin residue of detergent, minerals, and moisture that transfers to laundry over time. The sign is clothes that come out smelling almost clean, but not quite, or a faint, musty smell when you open the door. The fix is simple, and it costs almost nothing. Run an empty hot cycle with 2 cups of white vinegar poured directly into the drum. Follow that immediately with a second empty hot cycle with half a cup of baking soda in the drum. Between the 2 cycles, use a cloth dampened with undiluted vinegar to wipe down the rubber door gasket, all the way around and into the fold, which is where mold hides. Leave the door open after every wash. That single habit prevents the moisture buildup that causes the problem in the first place. A front-loading machine cleaned this way once a month stays fresh indefinitely. I have seen people replace a perfectly good washing machine because they thought it was broken, when a 30-minute cleaning cycle would have solved it entirely. What I keep coming back to after all of this is the same idea the Japanese cleaning mindset is built on. The best clean happens before the mess becomes a problem. Wipe the stovetop while it is still warm. Run the drain rinse weekly, not when it is slow. Leave the washing machine door open every single day. These are not big efforts. They are small habits that replace big ones. The cost savings add up in a real way. Fewer products, fewer service calls, appliances that last longer. Before you go, open the camera app on your phone one more time and scan the QR code in the top right corner of the screen. The guide that goes with this video goes further into everything we covered today. The Japanese mindset of maintaining before it gets dirty, how to get rid of yellow bathtub stains for good, and how to bring cast iron back from what looks like ruin. It is all there waiting for you. Just point your camera at that QR code in the top right, and it opens directly. Here is the simple action plan. This week, clean your washing machine drum, wipe the refrigerator door gaskets, and pour the salt and hot water down every drain. This month, do the stovetop paste, the grout treatment in the bathroom, and the window cleaning with vinegar solution. Those 2 rounds of effort will take your home to a standard of clean that most people assume requires professional help or expensive products. It does not. It requires the right agent, the right sequence, and the patience to let chemistry do what chemistry does. There is no money in teaching folks the simple thing that actually works. The people selling specialty sprays and powerful degreasers would rather you keep buying. Now you have what you need to walk away from that. I would love to know, is there one room in your home that always feels impossible to get truly clean? Leave it in the comments. I read every single one, and I will give you the specific method for whatever you are dealing with. If you want to see how this same approach applies to something most folks never think to clean, the next video covers exactly that. And the result genuinely surprised me. And if this kind of plain, practical content is what you are looking for, subscribe so you do not miss what is coming. I will see you in the next one.